Today I am testing viral myths from falling through the map to climbing over the barrier wall. These are just 2 out of 17 viral myths that I will be testing until I get banned. Starting with, and the first myth is you can get outside the lobby. And to do this, you'll need a friend. So I have Locke and Jeer to help me with this myth. And the first thing you want to do is jump on each other until you get up to the daily quest. And there we go. And now you just want to jump on each other until you get outside the map. And there we go. We just got outside the map. This myth is true. And when you're outside of the map, you actually can't get back inside the lobby because you can't reset. So basically, you're stuck outside of the map until you leave the game. And for myth number 2, you can fly. And how you do it is by getting a cultist and a wolf pelt. So I'm gonna quickly get both of those. All right, there we go. We got both of the items that we need. And now we have to put both of them in our sack. And now we have to quickly unstore both of the items. And hopefully they both combine together. All right, let's see. There we go. There we go. I'm pretty sure we actually did it. Okay, now we just stand right above the cultist. And then when we drag the cultist, we should be flying. So let's see. There we go. And yep, we're not flying. Well, that means that this myth is busted. And for this next myth, you can fall through the map in the volcanic biome. So the volcanic biome is over there. And basically what we have to find is little cracks in the floor. And we have to jump in those cracks and hopefully we'll fall through the map. It's supposed to be over here, but I cannot find it. And I just died. Are you kidding me? Well, this myth is busted. You cannot fall through the map in the volcanic biome. So let's move on to the next myth. And for myth number 4, you can jump over this barrier wall. And in order to do that, you'll need one friend. And both of you guys would have to jump on top of each other. And it should work. And it's not working. Well, this myth is busted. Now let's move on to the next myth. And for myth number 5, you can get infinite logs by planting trees together. So to test this, I got 10 saplings and I will be placing them in the same spot. There we go. And now we have to wait 2 days for them to grow. And now all the trees are fully grown. And now it's time to chop them all down and see if we get infinite logs. Dude, this is gonna take forever. Alright, I just finished cutting down all the trees and we have a lot of logs. So let's see how many logs we actually got. So we actually got 30 logs and we got 8 saplings back. So we technically have infinite logs because we get to plant the saplings again and basically get even more logs. So this myth is true. And for myth number 6, you can get on top of the daily quest giver. So all you have to do is get on top of the lever and we should be up there. Come on. Okay, there we go. And now all you have to do is just jump up and there we go. We just got at the top and you can actually even get on the sign. But this one's a little bit more difficult and all you have to do is just do this. Let's go. We just got up here. And that means that this myth is true. You can literally just ore farm everybody. Alright, let's just move on to the next myth. And for this next myth, the cultist can't hit you if you're standing on a lightning rod. Dude, this will be insane if it's actually true. So I have the lightning rod blueprint right here. And let's just place it right there. And now we have to wait for the cultists to raid my base. Alright, the cultists are raiding my base right now. So let's get on top of the lightning rod. And let's see if we can't get hit by the cultists. And wait, it's actually working. Wait, what? Dude, they actually can't hit me. Alright, let me try that again. Wait, bro, they can't even get me. Yo, what? No way, dude. So if you're low and cultists are at your base, just go on a lightning rod and they can't hit you. Since this myth is true, let's move on to the next myth. And this next myth is you can put items in your sack through walls. Dude, this sounds impossible, but let's test it. Alright, so let's try it on this house right here. Alright, so we just walk up to the window and we can just take this chair and wait, we actually got it. Yo, what? Dude, we actually got the chair. Dude, I don't even have to open up the door. Oh my gosh. Dude, no way, bro. And this myth is true. And for this next myth, you can push people into a game. So one person has to make a party. And there we go. And now say I want Locke and Jeer to get inside the game, but he's AFK. I can just push him into the game just like that. And we're both in the game. Oh my gosh, dude. This is insane. This myth is true. And for glitch number 10, you can get on top of the roof of the class's building. So first thing you want to do is get on top of this table. Then we have to get on this poster. Go. And now we have to keep jumping until we get up here. Dude, it's not working, bro. Are you serious, bro? That would have been so cool, but this myth is busted. And for myth number 11, if you like and subscribe, you will get infinite gems. Well, this myth is false, but it will mean a lot if you guys like like, and subscribe. So now let's move on to the next myth. And for this next myth, if you hide in a tree, the deer can't damage you. And there's actually a certain tree where you get to hide in it. And it's this tree right here. So what you need to do is get up to there, which is the tree's branch. So you're just gonna have to do a little bit of parkour, and then you're gonna have to jump up here. And there we go. Bro, this looks so insane, bro. You barely can even see me. You can only see my foot right there. I'm gonna wait for the deer to actually spawn in to test this myth. So I'll see you guys once he spawns in. Alright, the deer just spawned in and he actually can't get me. Dude, he's looking in the other direction. Bro, he doesn't even know where I am. This is honestly an insane hiding spot. So let's move on to the next myth. And for myth number 13, if you're holding an item and you hover over the chat and let go of your mouse, you'll still be holding the item. So let's first open up our chat and then pick up this coal, and then all we have to do is just hover over the chat. There we go. And I'm gonna let go of my mouse in 3, 2, 1, and no way, bro. Dude, no way, bro. We're still holding it. No way, dude. That was insane. But let's move on to our next myth. And for this next myth, if you have the old bed blueprint, you could actually put it inside of the crafting table. So let's try this. And wait, it's kind of going inside the crafting table and the shredder. So let's just place it. And yo, wait, that's actually insane, bro. Well, this myth is true. And myth number 15 is you can get inside the stronghold without completing it. Dude, if this works, bro, that would be insane. All right, so basically you have to use this rope, but the only problem is I cannot reach it. All right, so basically we have to try and get on top of that rope. All right, there we go. And now do that. All right, we're in the tree right now, and all we have to do is just hopefully get on this rope and start climbing up, and we should be in the stronghold. All right, 3, 2, 1, and it did not work. This myth is busted. Let's move on to the next myth, which is, and for myth 16, you can get inside a shed without opening it. All right, and I actually found a shed right here, and basically all we have to do is do /E dance 2. All right, there we go. Now we just have to turn our camera view. There we go. And now we just have to do shift lock. There we go. And all right, there we go. And it did not work. Wait, I'm gonna try this again. Hopefully it actually works. All right, there we go. Boom. No, bro. Wait, it's actually not working. Dude, what? No. Dude, no way, bro. All right, let's try it on this wall right here. Hopefully it'll work right here. All right, there we go. And it did not work. Dude, no way, bro. It's actually not working. All right, since it's not working on the shed, I'm gonna test this on another place, and hopefully it works, because this will be insane if it actually works. All right, I just killed all the wolves and they dropped the red key, but we are not gonna use it, because if this myth actually works and we could go through this wall right here, that will be super helpful. All right, let's try it. /E dance 2. There we go. Oh, wait, a wolf. Oh, no. Get back. All right, there we go. We just killed the wolf. All right, we're not going to open up the door. Let's do /E dance 2. All right. There we go. And why is it not working? Come on. Oh, wait. What? We're glitched into the gate. Wait, no way, bro. We got through. Yo, what? Dude, no way this actually worked. Well, I guess it's way more difficult to glitch inside of a shed, but it still works on the gate. And we could just go through here and just pick up the kid. And now let's see if we could actually glitch back out. Dude, if we can't glitch out, that would be so bad. That did not work. Come on, bro. Oh, that was so close. We're gonna try it again. Come on. There we go. Oh my gosh. Dude, that was so clean too. Oh my gosh, dude. That was insane, bro. I can't believe that actually worked. That is crazy, bro. That's literally gonna revolutionize getting the missing kids. But let's place the missing kid down. And I'm gonna say this myth is true. So now let's move on to the 17th myth, which is the last myth. And the final myth is you can get infinite stew. Now that sounds pretty insane. So to do this, you'll need 3 farm plots. So let's get them right now. All right, that's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. Now let's place them all in the same place. Let's place all of them right here. There we go. And now we have to place the crock pot right in the middle. So let's place it. There we go. Every 2 days you'll get a lot of stew. So we have to wait another 2 days. So I'll see you guys once I'm back. All right, it's the next day and I'm actually in the middle of making my base. So as you guys can see, I have the rain wood storages right here. But let's focus up, because let's see if this infinite stew strategy actually works. So let's go over here. And as you guys can see, we have our carrots. So if we just pick up 1, just like that, and just do that, and we basically have like infinite carrots. As you guys can see, there's multiple carrots in like literally 1, just like that. But dude, this is actually insane. And according to my calculations, after this, we should have 6 stews. Yeah, I know, I'm super smart. But let's see if we actually get 6 stews. If we do, then that means that this strategy is very good. All right, let's put them all in the crock pot. Dude, we already have 3 and we have so many more carrots. Dude, wait, we might actually get to 6. Yo, what? Maybe even 6, 7. All right, let me just collect the stew. All right, there we go. Let's put the other carrots in there. All right, let's put the rest in there. There we go. And this should be the last stew, which means we have 6 stew. Dude, that is honestly insane. And you know what? I'm just gonna eat all the stew. And I just ate all my food. Well, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. Click another video here on the screen to see more. And peace.